All right, y'all. This divorce between Drew and Ralph is getting real messy, and it's going to be a drawn out, messy divorce. It's a lot between the two of them going back and forth ever since that they filed. This is one of the petty things that they're both doing is saying who wanted to file first, even though it had stated that Ralph did at first, and then Drew made sure she made it known that she actually was the first to file. She filed 60 minutes before him. But before the actual filing, they're arguing about what day they wanted to end their marriage. It's like a week difference between the dates that they're both giving, both in February, but this is how petty it is. And actually, and that was one of my issues with them watching them on Housewives of Atlanta as a married couple. They were very petty with each other, especially when they had that dinner and they like started arguing. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner and they ended up going back and forth. And when I saw that, I'm like, this is the dynamic of their relationship. Um, it does not seem like Drew was happy. Yes, they were together for what, 9 years? Married. I don't know if they were together 9 years. I know they were married for 9 years. So the fact that it got to this point where it's at, it's like I saw that their marriage was on the rocks, but I didn't think that it would just explode the way it has been recently. It's really messy going back and forth. So Radar Online has a couple of stories when it comes to them. Now, the latest is that Drew is demanding Ralph be solely responsible for any debt he incurred with his alleged mistresses. And notice that's plural, not just one, it's plural. So, this is what the divorce documents are stating. Now, this is Radar Online. I'm just going to skim through what it says. Now, she does apparently money was missing from Drew. And she wants him to be responsible for anything that he spent while he's been with these women. And that makes 100% sense. It's like, it's one thing that you're cheating on me, your wife. This is not a girlfriend. This is your wife. And I'm not saying because it's a girlfriend, it would make it better. But what I'm saying is, you guys are married with children. You are a family and you're already cheating. That's bad enough. And you're on TV, which is another thing. It's not like this is just a normal couple that's living in a world that no one, the public, is not aware of. This is a reality TV married couple. He's cheated on her. They're getting a divorce. And to add insult to injury, he's taking out money allegedly and spending it on these women that he's cheating on her with. So I can understand Drew being highly pissed off and wanting this straightened out, as any woman would, you know? So it says that the divorce documents obtained by Radar Online, Drew made it clear that she wants her quote unquote serial cheater husband to be solely responsible for anything he spent while allegedly stepping out on their marriage. And he has, well, basically taking trips with or to visit his paramours, his women, and gifts for his multiple women. The Bravo Star docs reveal. It says that Drew also claimed that Ralph withdrew a large sum of money from her business bank account the week of February 13th through the 17th. Also, Ralph is gunning for joint physical and legal custody of their 7-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter, with Drew demanding temporary and permanent primary physical custody of the kids. Now, Ralph, you know you are not going to get primary custody of the kids, okay? You can tell just by this, by me reading this, he's just trying to hit her where it hurts, making her think that she's going to lose primary custody of the kids because of his doggish ways. All right? He needs to really knock it off. I never really liked him. And now I'm really not liking him. I just, I don't like him. Okay. So, of course, Drew does not want him to receive child or spousal support. She asked the court to award her child support and exclusive use of their marital home. Now, here we go again. Just like with Housewives of Miami, with Lenny trying to kick Lisa out. It's the same thing here. It's what they're doing is okay, it needs to be a respect factor. And as far as when it comes to the home and wanting her leaving, it's like, all right, she can't do this overnight. This is not going to happen overnight. So why even take it there right now? Ralph, you have all these other women, right? Why don't you go shack up with one of them for now until this divorce is finalized and settled and worked out, and the judge decides who gets what? I mean, it makes sense. It's like Drew is not going to leave that house because you want to cheat. At least not right now. Let her get herself together before she just leaves the home with the children. Like, where is she going to go? Like, give her some time. It's I hate to see when men utilize this home over these women's heads. So that was one of the stories that they put out. Now, the other one that they had, of course, we knew that the aggressiveness, apparently something happened where he ended up, she claims that he knocked her down and took the phone out her hands in an aggressive manner and claimed that that phone was his. He paid for it. So, like, he had ownership of it. That was what I think I initially talked about before. So we know about this one, and getting physically aggressive. He's denying it. We weren't there. We don't know. It's just Drew was saying it happened. He's saying it didn't happen. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on between them. And those are her claims, right? So that was the other story about the aggressiveness. Now this one is the one that I'm like, the nerve of him. He is demanding half of her music money in divorce. And music money, right? Like Drew, music career, I don't know about this division right now when it comes to money and when it comes to the music. Um, I guess there is some songs, some music she's done, and he must have worked on it or helped her or produced, who knows what. But he is asking for money for the songs that he did with her. Now, it says, according to the court docs obtained by radaronline.com, the petitioner and respondent have recorded original compositions together, as the petitioner serving as the producer slash composer and the respondent as the recording artist during the marriage. It said the petitioner asserted that he should be awarded 100% of the rights to all compositions recorded by the parties to date. So he's asking for 100% of the rights to whatever music that they recorded together. Ralph, you're reaching, and you're reaching real far, okay? I know Real Housewives of Atlanta cameras, they brought the cameras back out to film this divorce mess that they're going to fit into the new season when it comes on. I don't know how far they're going to go with, catching up to what's going on, but we will see this divorce play out on the next season of Housewives of Atlanta. And when it comes to Ralph, um, he's trying it to me. And the thing with Drew, I will admit, I like Drew on Atlanta. She grew on me a lot. This divorce, whether it happened or not, I still liked her on the show. Of course, I didn't like Ralph, but being that they are divorcing, this will make more, drama for TV for us to see how this works or plays out, I should say. And he just makes me sick as a man because this marriage could have worked. I feel that Drew put in the majority of the effort. We all saw on TV that they spoke to a therapist and they tried counseling. They tried all of these things. And he clearly seems like he is checked out of the marriage. That whole 3-day stunt to me already said what I needed to know in the beginning. Disappearing for 3 days and not having an explanation, not being able to get in contact. Remember, he also had cameras in the home. So he's away for 3 days, right? off doing his thing and has the nerve to be watching what she's doing in the house. I mean, that if that's not a red flag, I don't know what else there is that you need to pay attention and realize that this is not it. This is not working. This man has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. I'm not saying he never was in love with Drew. They have a family together. You know, it is what it is. However, he just clunked out. You know, he's not here for it no more. He's not trying to put in an effort. When you got to go, I think to me, marriage counseling, when you have to go to counseling and a therapist, I feel like you are at the end of your rope and you're trying to salvage and do what you have to do. And this is not individual therapy. When you go to marriage as a couple, I feel that there's work that needs to be done. Otherwise, you would not be seeing someone to mediate your issues. So the fact that they were already in counseling said that there was a strain on their marriage. And to see it go from that, what we saw on TV, to this mess that they're going back and forth over, as far as who decided which day was the, that the marriage was over, to the assault, just all kinds of things. It's real messy. And Drew, I really hope that you get the strength to just get through this, because he's not going to make it easy for you. And that's just how I feel about it. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next season of Atlanta. Now, speaking of Housewives of Atlanta, we got Porsha Williams, all right? Now, Porsha has been guest hosting on The Breakfast Club this past week. And I posted in the Shorts tab a clip of her on The Breakfast Club when she said that Tamron Hall is, they're saying that Tamron Hall is messy. And she didn't like the interview that she did with her, the way that Tamron conducted it, the questions she asked her, over the whole Simon and Fallon and, Porsha being a man stealer, what went down with them. And she felt a way about Tamron. She said that Tamron was not a real journalist. She let her have it, right? So from her saying that to today, there's a clip of her and she's reading, I guess, some news, and she cannot pronounce the word reciprocity. And it's just like egg on her face because you claim Tamron's not a journalist, but you are, and you can't pronounce that word. So let's just take a look at this clip from The Breakfast Club from this morning.
Did not want to let go, and it was a sexual relationship. She said Sydney had one thing he had to teach me, and that was this word right here. Is killing me. What's this?
Reciprocation?
Reciprocity.
Let me see, Porsha.
It's a big. It's
reciprocity.
Reciprocity. No, no.
That ain't it.
Look at it. Come look at it. Come look at it.
Goodness gracious.
What did it right now?
Not
reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
That's all right. We're going to let that go. But basically, if you can do it, I can do it. All right, but we're going to keep on with the quote. Now she took a shot at the word. All right. Now he said, if you can have that, it's only fair that I can have it too. I want to continue. She said she wanted to not want to let go. And it was a sexual relationship. She said.
So you just heard her, right? And Twitter is dragging her for filth, especially because of the way she just came for Tamron Hall. And I like Tamron Hall's show. I actually did a poll months ago at the beginning of the new season and asking who was people watching more. Was it Sherry, Tamron, and I think Jennifer Hudson? And I think Tamron won by like a couple of percents more. But I like Tamron Hall's show. She's not your average interviewer. Like, she is going to ask what's out there, and I like that about her. I don't feel that she was being messy. Like, Porsha, you got yourself in a whole mess the way you got Simon. And that's just the facts. This is not even up for debate. It's what it is. We saw him on the show married to another woman. You came over to their home, introduced to the woman's husband, who you ended up dating, and now you guys are married, and he ended up leaving his wife at the time to be with you. It's what it is. So why are you mad at Tamron for asking you that? That's the thing with Porsha. She can't just sit and say, okay, it may look crazy to y'all or whatever the case is. Give some kind of excuse, say something, take some kind of ownership. You didn't just meet Simon and get with him. This was a man that was already married, Porsha. I mean, why are you getting mad at someone asking you the obvious? Because you were on TV and this is clearly what happened. So she came for Tamara, and look, it came boomerang right back to her, making her look silly because she couldn't even pronounce a word. And she is this supposed journalist and saying that Tamron's not a journalist. So that's what she gets for that. But I do want to say, when she did that, when she was on the Breakfast Club this morning, she gave her dream Housewives of Atlanta cast, who she thinks should be on the cast, including herself. So she says herself, she says Nene, Kenya, she says Kim Zolciak, Phaedra, Candy, as well as Drew and LaToya. And to be honest, I kind of can get with this cast. The only one that I think may shouldn't really come back, and I think it's Kim Zolciak. I don't know. I think that Kim Zolciak, that whole incident with Sweetie and the way she was, I don't know, now that social media is the way it is now, impactful. I don't know. Social media is onto this whole color thing when it comes to when the shows come on. And you notice how on Housewives of New York, they finally, for the first time, added Ebony Williams on New York. She was the first Black woman. And look at what happened that season. The race thing came up. Ramona was looking crazy. And they didn't even do a reunion. If this would have been years ago, that wouldn't have happened. So I'm saying that to say this. Kim Zolciak, I feel, should not be on the Housewives of Atlanta cast present day. She's had her time. She's been on there. It was good. But I'm honestly over like I said, the Housewives of New York and how they did Ebony. I didn't appreciate that because I liked her on there. And unfortunately, the whole racist talk, everything like that happened, it wasn't a good season. And I don't think it was because of her. I like Ebony, and I really would like to see her on a Housewives franchise, but just not New York. And I feel like that with Kim. I think that it's not going to work because the second something goes down, social media is going to throw race into it. And I'm tired of that talk because it's taken away from the entertainment of the show. Because she would be the only white woman on there. Even though she's one of the original, I get it. I watched it from the beginning. So I understand her role on the show. I'm talking about now in 2023 versus in 2010, 2011, when she was on the show. Two totally different eras. So I just feel that Kim Zolciak should not be on there. Replace her with somebody, maybe Cynthia. I don't know why Porsha didn't say Cynthia, but if you're going to have all these other women, you got to throw Cynthia in there because she had a friendship with Nene too. She has a history too, is what I'm saying. And I feel now that her and Mike are not together anymore, give Cynthia a shot. If not her, let me know who you think in place. But I don't think Kim Zolciak should be there. That's my opinion on this topic. But guys, please let me know what you think about this video with Drew and Ralph, this whole divorce drama, as well as Porsha playing herself, thinking she can possibly, how you think you want to guest host or be a permanent host on the Breakfast Club morning show and you can't even pronounce a simple word. So I don't know. Porsha, I know you were on Dish Nation and everything, but this is the Breakfast Club. This is different. You can't be sitting here calling people over to tell you, read a word to you because you don't know how to pronounce it. We can't do that. You need a little bit more work. And I don't think you're ready to have that slot that Angela Yee just left, because she never had no issue in pronouncing the word. You just gotta be clean when it comes to things like that. So guys, let me know what you think. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like this video, and I'll talk to all of you again soon.